So our next topic is: should coaching be allowed during fighting game tournaments or within matches? Period. I know Corey Gaming did a video on this that was really really good, where he talked about coaching, and some people are for, so some people aren't. Some people who are for it, like like to compare fighting games to actual like fighting combat sports like boxing and things like that, where in between rounds you get coach, he's doing this, he's doing that, blah blah blah. Well, others just feel like, hey man, you trained all before this. If you don't know what's going on, just take the L. So it's a hot topic, so we'll go ahead and get into it, give it to the analysts. How do you feel about this, starting off with Devin?
I think coaching is interesting. Because on the one hand, it's like, again, it's seen as like a sport, maybe. Even with boxing, like you have like your trainer kind of maybe like in the between rounds, like telling you, watch for his jab, so and so, some of the things that you don't see that he's seeing because he's watching the match from the outside. So it could be the same thing with fighting games, because I mean, when you take it competitively, it's on the same level, just a different medium. I think maybe if it's regulated. And then maybe some people be like, okay, well, you wouldn't have won this match if he didn't tell you this. So it's like you didn't win it off your own merits. You won it because somebody else brought something to your attention that you didn't notice at first. I think it would be okay if it's regulated. Give them like a certain amount of time. You got 30 seconds or something like that. Past 30 seconds, maybe you get like a point or something like that. Or I don't know, not a DQ, but like a point or something like that. But yeah, 30 seconds, just give him a quick something, because if you give him a lot of time, he might tell you everything, like, hey, man, you need to block this fireball, hey, punish this. And now he's like, oh, my eyes are open. So now you just like, took the whole match. But yeah, just like give it 30 seconds, tell him something quick, and then let that be it. Maybe like once per, maybe not every round, every match, like, I don't know, once like out of the 3 out of 5, or however the match goes. But I don't think it's bad. Just have it regulated. Just don't have him up there, give him a whole dissertation like, hey man, he's throwing in fireball a lot, man. You might want to press down for, do the punish and parry all that. But I think it's fine. Just have it regulated.
Yeah, I think like definitely having it regulated would be good. 30 seconds, I think, is more than enough time. For somebody like, especially in between like a round or a match or something like that, maybe even just between matches, between a set, for somebody to be like, all right, man, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that, doing this right, like keep doing that. I don't see any reason for there not to be coaching. I think it's a pretty, I mean, like you said, like Devin was saying, I mean, they have that in sporting events now, boxing, MMA, what have you. So I don't see why, you couldn't, in like a competitive setting, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get coached. Like, but because I mean, like, let's be honest, like people will heckle you all day, right behind you. And I mean, like nobody's like, hey man, you can't heckle them while they're playing the game, So it's like, so the coaching thing, I mean, if you can get like 10, 20 seconds of coaching, I don't think that's so bad, because the whole rest of the time, you're going to have people yelling, either cheering you on, jeering, telling you, oh man, you trash. Oh man, that was a good hit. Oh, that man, why didn't you block that? So I don't see anything wrong with like I guess like a calm within the storm, where somebody is like, hey, listen, man, like you're doing good out there. Just focus on this and you'll win the match. So because sometimes it gets really hectic. I know, like everybody in here, should know, like knows, like in a match, like you're playing the match and it gets hectic and your mind is all over the place sometimes. And then to have somebody be like just like tell, like focus you on a single point and be like, wait, hold on. All right, forget all that for a second. Come back here. All right, now come back to basics. Start from square one. Go out there and show them what you're made of. And you can, like, that can be the difference between winning and losing. And I don't know, man. I think it's a pretty. I think like coaching is coaching. I think it should be allowed. I think it adds an element of and that's a really cool element to matches and stuff like that, because people are going to coach you no matter what. Like people are like, there's a difference. Like people are going to be coaching you from the stands anyway. Like they're going to be like, but then to have somebody just be there, like who is going to be sitting behind you, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of takes things like makes things feel a little bit lighter. You know what I mean? It's like, you can go back to your corner and get some advice and then go back out there and go out swinging. So yeah, I'm all for the coaching aspect of fighting games. Yeah.
Okay. So I agree with y'all. I wholeheartedly agree with y'all. Coaching was definitely like a really big hot topic for a minute. Like I don't know if you guys like kept up with like the Capcom Pro Tour or like maybe checked event hubs at some point. It was this really big like I don't want to say argument, but it was definitely a big like debate point where it was season 1 of Street Fighter V. This was back during like the Echo Fox days. It was a match. It was a player named Julio Fuentes. In the middle of the set, literally called his friend and had like a 2-minute phone call about what was happening with the match. Yep,
I remember that.
Kidding.
I remember that.
The stream setup showed him on the phone. His opponent's just looking at him like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah.
Yup. Full-on phone conversation. And at that point, coaching in some capacity had to be regulated. I think coaching is great. But when that happened, there was a blow up. It was like, well, why did you stop him? And like, you guys could have said something. But that's when coaching really was like, okay, we got to do something about this. Like you said, when these things are happening, it's like you're in a match, you're on stream, people are yelling, screaming, cheering. When you have that one person where say you just got clapped, everything went wrong, you're just like, I'm gonna lose in front of my friends, my hometown and everything. You turn your back and it's your homie like, I got you. That is the tipping point. That very well, that brings you back. You understand what's going on. We need that. I have been the coach for plenty of people. I have been nicknamed Coach Fats for a reason. I have not been afraid to run from the back of the ballroom up on stage, and I'm tapping them on the shoulder. Please go to character select. I'm like, let's talk. I'm like, I got 30 seconds. I have ripped and ran around the ballroom for Street Fighter, for Tekken. I am not afraid to coach my homies. So I know Tekken has this rule where it's like you have to have one dedicated coach. You have to specify this person is my coach. If not, you'll have like everybody from your region running up on stage. Hey, yo, listen to this real quick. Nah, I just need one person. So I think that having a regulated and dedicated coach for X amount of time between matches is the way to go. I don't want to see anybody up there making a phone call and their friend is like, yo, I'm watching his hands are shaking. He's jumping a lot and this and that. You just need 30 seconds. That can make the difference between I've just lost all composure and I'm just getting bodied, and I understand now. We all need that. We shouldn't sleep on coaching.